Hi, this is a tutorial on how to make a personalized Google map that you can create on your laptop or home computer, but you can use it in your phone to navigate around, either driving, if you're going on a road trip, or if you're going to be in a city, it'll also help you navigate around to the places that are important to you. The thing about Google Maps is that it shows you everything. And you can see on here, there's lots of stuff, restaurants, churches, parks, and there's some of it you might be interested in, some you might not be interested in. So making your own Google map is a great way to personalize it. I first started making Google Maps when I was doing school trips with students, and I would just do something like this for a presentation. And you can see that I have a list of all the places that we were going to spend the night with the school group, so I could show the parents what our route was, and it also gave me a sense of where we were. And my co-host, traveler, teacher with me, we had a sense of where everything was. But since that time, I've started making them more elaborately. And I quickly discovered that you could use different colors, that you could use different symbols. And so this is one for Stockholm. And Google Maps aligns with local public transportation. So it'll often give you directions by foot or by subway or bus, so it's really helpful. But I also use it for road trips. This is a long Columbus Day weekend, and you can see there's bookstores, there's breweries. This little icon there is the Edward Gorey House. There's a couple of restaurants on there. And then when I was very bored one time, I started putting this together, which is a map of Vermont and New Hampshire, just the bookstores, just the breweries. You can see that there's a pattern here. And then the most recent one I've made is for the Connecticut 169 Club, which is visiting all of the towns in Connecticut. And this one's pretty elaborate because I wanted to make certain that while we were on the road visiting all of these places, that we weren't just simply driving through the town, that we knew what was available. So first of all, I put in different layers, and you can see up here it says add a layer. So I put in all the Connecticut towns, and then I added, and you can see there's 169 of them, and then I added some other layers. So here's bookstores. That's nice. Up here, this says Atlas Obscura and Roadside America. They're both great websites for odd things that you may not immediately think about. So either, just weird places or interesting places that don't really fit into any guidebook. So I put those in there in a different layer. And then I started adding in some other things. And you can see I have cheese and ice cream, state parks and forests, roadfood.com, a great website all about sort of little mom and pop places and whatever their specialties are, generally not for the heart conscious dieter. Public libraries, historical markers, museums, beer, wine, and spirits. So, everyone has a separate marker, and let's see. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that. And let's get down a little bit. I'm going to add that. And that. And then the museums. And then finally, beer, wine, and spirits. So it looks like a pretty busy map. But it allows us, when you're someplace, you can just touch on a button, touch on an icon, and you can say, pardon me. you can just say, on your phone, on your dashboard, you can just touch on an icon and it'll immediately give you directions there. So if you're trying to figure out how to get to that ice cream place or where's that winery around here, it's easy to do. So let's look at how to make one of these things from scratch. So first of all, you need to be logged in to your Google account. You can either do this in the Chrome browser, or you can do this in whatever browser as long as you're logged in to a Google account. So your icon or your initial should show up here. And then over here is what we call the rubrics cube. And if we click on that, we can go down to maps. And it'll start us off here. So we learned about the rubrics cube over here. That's important. Over here, we have the layer cake or the hamburger, whatever you want to call it. We click on that and we go down to where it says your places. And that gives us these options: labeled, saved, visited, and maps. And you can see I've got a whole bunch of maps here. If I scroll down, then, and this is hiding it, but right here, let me see, there it is. It says create map. So I'm going to do that. And so we end up with this. Up here, if I just simply click on this, I can name it. So I'm going to name it Millbury. Nice and easy. Now I get a couple of different things that I can do. So let's first of all, I can search in a couple of different ways. So if I wanted to put in, let's say, the Millbury Library. So I just start typing in, and I see that this shows up. So I do that. And now it's telling me where it is. Over here, there's a little plus sign. It says add to map. You can see that underneath my untitled layer, it's added that in. There's this little paint can icon that says style. I can open that up. I can change the color. So let's make it purple. And they give me a set number of icons here. But if I go down here to more icons, I get a lot more icons. So under places, there should be, let me see if I can find it. Well, that's difficult to find. So I guess I'm going to do this. I'm going to go up here to the filter. Oh, okay. So I started typing in library, and it gives me a library icon. So now that icon is purple, and I can close out of here, and I start having a map. The other thing that I can do, I can search restaurants. And I don't know why it jumped up there, but I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to just move in here. And this is an imperfect tool. It's better if you know what you're looking for, if you have a list. But it gives me a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see what this place is. Okay, well, that's in Millbury. So I can add that to the map. I can go to style, change the color. There is a little restaurant icon. So I can make it a completely different color. And these other ones, if I don't like them, I can just go up here and click on that. So I can search for a specific address. I can add it to the map. I can change the style. Oh, there's a little home icon. And I can change the color. Let's see. And that's always a drag. I can change the color because this moves around difficult. and it's not easy to pinpoint sometimes. So I can do that. I can search general and in churches, and it gives me a bunch of churches around that icon. Get rid of that. I could search bars. So not perfect. But the other thing that I can do, see right here, it says untitled layer. And if you look up here at my Stockholm map, I have an untitled layer, and I've just put everything in except I've used consistent colors and icons. So every time there's a bar, I put that in there. Every time there's a bookstore or a library, I use the same icon. You know, you can see, oh, there's the bus station or the train station. There's a pharmacy, and oh, there's an ice cream place. So I just had one layer. I threw everything in. If you look on this one here, I have a whole bunch of different layers. So if I'm not interested in beer, wine, and cider, or I want to get rid of, you know, some of this extra stuff that's in the way, I can start getting rid of layers, and that makes it easier for me to see what's on the map and to change things. So I could call this, I don't know, home, or important places. And then I can go up here and I can add a layer. And I can say, you know, I don't know, I'm going to put in Grafton because it's close by, and we always went into Grafton for all sorts of things. So maybe I'm going to change this to around home. That was easy to change if I wanted to change that. Now here's something down here. It says import. And over here it says add places to this layer by drawing or importing data. For a number of these layers, for instance, the public library layer, I got an Excel spreadsheet from the Connecticut State Library with all of the libraries on there. And there they all are. So I got this huge, oh, let me get back to there. I got this huge spreadsheet. It looks like this. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. Looks like this. Here's all the public libraries, right? All their names, everything. When I wanted to add it to my, if I wanted to add it for some reason to this map that I'm working on right now, if I had a spreadsheet like that, I could click import, and it says select a file from your device. Great. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to the desktop, and then I'm going to look around a little bit. Oh, there's the Connecticut Public Libraries. Let's just see how this is done. And then it's going to say choose columns to position your place marks. Well, the town, maybe the official town, the library name, the street address, the zip code. I don't really need anything else on there. I'm going to click continue. Choose a column to title your markers. So library name is what I want. And then I click finish. And you can see it's loading over here. And for some reason, there's a couple over here. I don't know why. I'd have to look at those. But suddenly on my map that I started for some reason in Millbury, all of the libraries show up. And if I click on uniform style, so uniform style. That's great. And then down here, you can see this little thing shows up. I'm going to click on library, and I'm going to make them all, I don't know, red. So I was able to dump that in there very quickly. But it means that one of the things that I like to do with a map is once I've been to a place on a trip, I like to change the color of it. With a dump like this, if you change the color of one, you change the color of all of them. So, you know, but I was able to dump in, I don't know, 190 libraries all of a sudden within a minute. So that makes things easy. Now, when you're on your phone, so first of all, up here, you can see it says share. Oh, well, let's look at the map we've been working on. It says share. And if I click on that, then I can add people up here. And so I can add somebody, and over here I can make them an editor or a viewer. A viewer means they can't change anything to it. So if you share it with people other than the person you're traveling with, share it, give it to them as a viewer. All right. And I can leave a little message for them, and then I can hit send, and people will get it. And that way, and down here it says get link. So right now it says restricted, only people added can open with this link. But if I change that, now anyone on the internet with this link can view. So if you want to send it out to a whole bunch of people, this is the best way to do it, and make them viewers. Now, if you get a map like this and you like it, but you don't like some parts, or you would like to use parts of it, go up to these three little dots, and you can copy the map. Copy of around home. It takes a second, and then now that this is yours, you have just brought this into your Google Drive, and that way you can do whatever you want with it. So if there's some layers that you just want to get rid of, but others you want to add in, you can do that all on your own. And in your phone, you'll look, and when you open up Google Maps in your phone, you will see down on the bottom that one of the options is saved. And if you click on that, then that will open up. I want to make certain I get the words right. So if we click on saved, it's the middle icon on the bottom of Google Maps. And then a whole bunch of things up top will come up. If you scroll to all over to the left, the last option is maps, and it'll show the maps that you've made or have been shared as a co-editor, or that you can use. So and then you can just open it up from there and use it in your car or to walk around. I hope this helps a little bit in figuring out how to use Google Maps. It's very easy to use once you get used to it, and it's really helpful. So it means that you can put specifically what you want on the map and cut out all the noise of everything else, and it'll help you to find those places. So good luck with that, and have fun traveling.